Team managers and coaches, please can you send all of your boys, 50 free swimmers, 50 freestyles, 50-metre backstroke swimmers for all heats, please start sending them over to marshalling.
And that is all of our warm-ups done. Big thanks to Kenji for running the warm-up for us. Expertly done. Got the job full time, mate. Excellent. And let's go racing once again in a few minutes' time. First of all, as always, to make sure the session can run as smoothly as possible, and we all get away not too late on a Sunday night, but it's a big old session. Can you put your hands together, please, for your session's lead referee from Slough Dolphins, Susan Harrison. And for your referee, also Slough Dolphins, Roger Pryor. Your starter for this session from Leatherhead, Alan Lewis. Officials, you may now all take your places. Massive thanks to our army of volunteers here this weekend. 2 long days. We've got 1 session to go with a break in the middle, because otherwise it would break the 3-hour rule. Don't worry, we look after everyone because they look after us. We're going to kick off shortly with the 50-metre backstroke for the boys. And this session's got 50s, 400s, and we end the session with a 1500 actually. I must correct myself. It is Slough Dolphin, singular, not dolphin.
It's a test
My
start.
mistake.
Take your marks.
I've been corrected. Right, we've got lifeguards. We've got officials at both ends. I can see some swimmers. I can see backstroke ledges. We will hang on for a few whistles and we'll get this show on the road.
Our first event this afternoon is the boys 11 to 14 years, 50-metre backstroke, Heat 1, referee.
Take your marks.
We have 11 heats. Hope you're all full of caffeine and all your calorie intake has been sorted out over the last hour and a half. Let's go. From lane 1, Lihat, Fiello, Skinner, Zebrowski, Woodward, Yao, Hallen and McDougall. And these are, of course, famously decided by tenths of a second. And I can't call this, and I'm right on the finish line. 36.6, Ho Ching Yao. 2700s. That's actually a quarter of a second almost. That's pretty good.
Heat 2, referee.
Take your marks.
And it was Woodward and Fiallo second and third in Heat 1. Heat 2, Kemp, Christopher, French, Kulik, Andrews, Blentesi, Daly and Sprogis. 11 and 12-year-olds for the first few heats. And this is a slightly more split pool. In 4, Ivan Kulik leading the way, or actually in 2, Christopher, yeah, 36.78 for Austin Christopher, Newport Pagnell. Lovely swim on this near side.
Heat 3, referee.
Take your marks.
Heat 3, Benson, Dolan, Harkman, Zakrewski, Saunders, Bacon, Steer and Lofts. Again, just 11 and 12-year-olds. 36 seconds roughly on the entry times. You do get right down to, well, we've got 2 entrants, 3 of sub 30 in the older categories. Lane 5, Matthew Saunders for Hamilton Waterlooville. Going to be beaten to pole position by Henry Harkman, 35.46. Great last 25. Great last 5 metres from Harkman. Dolan in third.
Heat 4, referee.
Take your marks.
Our 13-year-olds coming to the picture from Heat 4 onwards. Here you've got Walsh, Carr, Bandini, Stevens, Richard, Sturdy, Salt and Clary. Through 25, it's Richard and Sturdy. In 3, kicking on Leon Bandini. And Dan Stevens come back through in lane 4. You won't do. It'll be those aforementioned 3. What order? Leon Sturdy in 6 takes here, 34.83. Before Leon Bandini and Max Richard.
Heat 5, referee.
Take your marks.
All 13-year-olds. There are still 12-year-olds in the event, but just 13-year-olds. in heat 5. And we do dip into the 34-second entries now. We've got Tozer, Close, Hunt, Ray, Duca, Capri, Harmer and Borden. William Duca representing Godalming. He's going to lead this one home clearly. 33.63, that is really quick from William Duca for Matthew Ray and Sam Hunt. Both those two well under 35.
Heat 6, referee.
Take your marks.
Just tipping over halfway in our opening event. Song, Houlihan, Rawkins, Wilkins, Noel, Campbell, Russell Ross and Smith. Houlihan and Rawkins are the last remaining 12-year-olds in the event. They'll be looking to qualify in the central 2 lanes. I'm looking at lane 2. Houlihan is the youngster, 33.05. Very nice indeed. Youngest in the pool takes the win in heat 6. And Campbell and Rawkins second and third.
Heat 7, referee.
Take your marks.
14-year-olds enter the competition in heat number 7. Every entrance, 33 seconds, and only 0.35 of a second between all 8. But Lopez, Tima, Rao, Brynolf, Hicks, Ratchford, Chapman, Willard and Hepburn. These are so tough to call in the last 5 meters. This is between 4 guys, 3 in the middle. Max Brynolf gets it, 32.77. Fastest time we've seen so far, 1100ths back to Ratchford. $1,500 separate your top 3. That's how close we are.
Heat 8, referee.
Take your marks.
Heat 8, you're watching Toe, Robinson, Amiri, Andrews, Artemenkov, Ginter, Airy and Hasty. A couple of 32 times on these entrants. I'm looking at lane number 5 here. Artemenkov, fingertips out in front. 31.88, a new fastest time through 8 heats. Then Toe in lane 1 and Ginther in lane 6.
Heat 9, referee.
Lane 1, you need to touch the pad as well as the ledge. Take your marks.
We'll get really fast now. Final 3 heats. Hill, Bolton, Brown, Ellershaw, Bomick, Earthrowell, Militis and Kennerall. Half a dozen 13-year-olds left in the competition. 3 of them in this heat. And here we go, look at lane 4. Ellershaw for Sevenoaks. Can he go sub 30? Yes, he can. 29.91. Wonderful stuff. Brown and Bolton, 2 and 3. In fantastic time, split by 1/10. But everyone at least 1.3 behind your leader.
Heat 10, referee.
Take your marks.
Penultimate heat, Beatty, Cusack, Costello, Colgate, Robbins, Dada, Maiden and Key. Maiden and Key in 7 and 8. 2 of the last 3 13-year-olds for Winchester and Beausejour. Once again, lane 4, Ethan Colgate representing Guildford City. 29.26, we go even quicker. Oliver Robbins and Andre Tien Dada, 2nd and 3rd in the heat. It's all about getting lanes in the finals now.
Heat 11, referee.
Take your marks.
Last chance then to get one of those 8 spots in the 13 and the 14-year-old final, because you've got William Larter here in 6, 13 years of age. Everyone else 14. From lane 1, Smith, Bissett, Frierson, Pritchner, Fraser, Kreischer, Larter, Stevenson and Thurley Newton. And for the 3rd straight heat, it will be lane 4. He's had such a good day, Patrick Pritchner, representing Eastbourne, 29.03. This final is going to be brilliant. Zeb Stevenson 2nd and Finlay Freeson 3rd.
Our next event this afternoon is the girls 11 to 14 years 50-metre freestyle, Heat 1, referee.
Take your marks.
Same distance, different stroke. Boys and now girls. Sage, Ellis, Runals and Saunders in heat number 1. Is it Poppy Runnels in 5? Oh my goodness, look at those times. It is 31.29, then 0.36, then 0.44. 1500s again between your top 3.
Heat 2, referee.
Take your marks.
Should be all full pools from here on in. Got Bonner, Bourne, Gobb, Durant, Zebrowska, Sriram, Heavens and Casasis V. Still with just the 11 and 12-year-olds. That'll be the case in heat 3 too. In the middle, 4 and 5, Durant and Zebrowska, separated by 11 hundredths. I was trying to count there. 30.16 winning time, and Beatrice Gubb also sub 31.
Heat 3, referee.
Take your marks.
Our final remaining 11-year-old, Charlotte Bolton, of course, up against the 12s as well in the mixed class. From lane 1, Fori, Thayanasan, Spanek Putacharian, Bolton, Simonis, Bryan, Leach and Van Zale. Looks like 4 to me. Yeah, 30.38. Charlotte Bolton, Beausejour, Barracuda. Youngest left in the competition takes the win in heat number 3.
Heat 4, referee.
Take your marks.
Heat 4. Every entrant with a time that starts in 30 seconds and roughly half or so. McCready, Steed, Savage, Fisher, Guinea, Wilkinson, Sherman and Saffer. So all between 30.4 and 30.7. Outside lanes taking this one. Yeah, Poppy McCready. 29.95, goes sub 30 first time. Well done, and a big smile to match. Isabel Sherman and Emily Fisher, separated by 600ths of a second.
Heat 5, referee.
Take your marks.
approaching halfway of our second event. Hannum, Howell, Charita, Luke, Johnson, Atkinson, Swandell, and Earth Rowell. And this is lane 5, Francis Johnson representing Woking. 29.52. Looks like the first time she's gone sub 30 as well in competition. And a big thumbs up to her team and coach.
Heat 6, referee.
Take your marks.
Southern taking part in Heat 6. Shah, McKinley, Wynn, Perez, Selska, Huxtable and Grice. Nothing to split them at 25. We're talking hundredths again here. In 4, Perez coming through. Yep, 29.43 and 1, 2, 3, 4 go sub 30 seconds. Wynn, Selska and Shah joining Perez under that time.
Heat 7, referee.
Take your marks.
North, Henderson, West, Kaludis, Simpson-Jones, Flavin, Gray and Kerridge. 14-year-olds begin to join the competition now on our 53. Oh, nothing to separate Kaludis and Simpson-Jones. And they tie. It looked close, it was close. Both on 29.63. Eloise Gray, 29.9. And 100th behind her, Erin Henderson. This is crazy.
Heat 8, referee.
Take your marks.
Brecha, Boyle, Markel, Keelock, Keeper, Fairhurst, Thomas and Kwong. Ava Keeper looking good for Whitney. And District takes it 29.12. Wow, how fast can we go? 8 under 30. Two tied at third place, Boyle and Fairhurst behind Markel and Keeper. Oh, race start.
Heat 9, referee.
Take your marks.
Duquesne, Hagberg, Berry, Palmer, Singh, Milborough, Foster and Gartshaw. Our last 12-year-old here, Olivia Hagberg for Guildford City in lane 2. Now we could very likely drop into the 28s now, especially with the likes of Daisy Shan Palmer and Anaya Singh in the water. Indeed we do, 28.40 and 28.95. In fact, Freya Berry, 28.95, and Singh, 29.25. That's a great time for Freya Berry.
Heat 10, referee.
Take your marks.
Penultimate heat, you got Narkovic, Arrowsmith, Langer, Corbett, Barker, Welfare, O'Driscoll and Head. Heidi Corbett and Ruby Barker down the middle. 28.40, 28.63, 28.93. Corbett, Barker, Welfare.
Heat 11, referee.
Take your marks.
Last chance to get into finals for both 13 and 14-year-olds here. Evans, Grant, Lewin, Platt, Jones, Douglas, Taylor and Hupel. Alexandra Platt, 27.5 seconds on her entry time, but unfortunately doesn't join us. So that leaves it to Bella Jones to close things out. 28.4, she'll be right near the centre in the 14-year-old final. She'll be joined by Rose Lewin and Lucy Douglas. Very likely. Do wait for confirmation of the top 8 in each. Don't take my word for it. Take the word of our officials. Coming up next, we go 400-metre freestyling with the girls and then the boys. We have 10 heats in total. And scheduled is then a mid-session break because we've got more 400s coming up after that as well. But just waiting for our first event swimmers to come along. Then we'll get underway.
Our next event this afternoon is the girls 11 to 14 years 400 metre freestyle Heat 1 referee. I can announce the finalists of the boys 11 to 12 years 50 metre backstroke. Patrick Houlihan from Hamble Aquatics, Dane Rawkins from Sevenoaks, Leone Bandini from Abingdon Vale, Henry Harkman from Hazelmere, Hunter Salt from Atlantis, Matty Saunders from Havant Waterlooville, Phoenix Clary from Royal Tunbridge Wells, and Luca Dolan from Maxwell. Your reserves for this final are Toby Benson from City of Milton Keynes, Connell Walsh from Mid-Sussex Marlins, Ho Ching Yao from Royal Tunbridge Wells, and Austin Christopher from Newport Pagnell. Your 13-year-old finalists are Henry Bolton from Beausejour Barracuda, William Larter from Sevenoaks, Jack Militis Tigers Jersey, Kyson Kay from Winchester City, Zachary Maiden from Beausejour Barracuda, Mason Amiri from Whitney and District, Oscar Earthrow from Lancing College, and Oliver Ratchford from Sevenoaks. Your reserves for this final are Alex Hepburn from Beacon, Ethan Lopez Timur from Epsom District, William Deshar from Godalming, and Cooper Robinson from Beausejour Barracuda. And finally, your 14-year-old finalists, Patrick Prisner from Eastbourne, Ethan Colgate, Guildford City, Thomas Ellershaw, Sevenoaks, Damien Fraget-Kreischer from City of Southampton, Zeb Stevenson, Portsmouth North Sea, Oliver Robbins, City of Oxford, Lonrathien Dada from Maidstone, and Frederick Brown from Guildford City. Your reserves for this final are Finley Friesen from Maidenhead, Rijul Bomick from Basingstoke Bluefins, Nathaniel Costello from Maxwell, and Benjamin Cusack from Beacon. Coaches and team managers, you have 5 minutes to withdraw your swimmers.
Okay, this is event 1 of 1. It is a reswim of our event last week. 6 entrants: Elise Butler for Maidstone, Jessica Butler for Guildford City, Heidi Corbett, a teammate from Guildford City, Ava Bench, City of Milton Keynes, Ellie McLeod for Woking, and Minnie Wilkinson, Wantage White Horses. Entry times between 4:43 and 5:13. 12, 13 and 14-year-olds in it. Heidi Corbett, one of our Guildford City swimmers, leads the way. And Ellie McLeod and Ava Bench not too far behind. 2 and 3 seconds. Jessica Butler, Elise Butler, and then Wilkinson, the Wantage White Horse in Southern. And this heat 1 of 1 coming to its conclusion. And there will be no change in the order we mentioned 100 metres ago. Heidi Corbett for Guildford City, 4:43 entry time. She's going to be just outside that, but it doesn't matter. It is a win in the heat. This time final, 4:45 against 4:48 of Ellie McLeod. Third in the heat, Ava Bench. Then comes Jessica Butler, 4:51. In fact, Ava Bench and Butler just 0.3 of a second between each other.
Our next event this afternoon is the boys 11 to 14 400 metre freestyle, heat 1 referee. I can now announce the finalists for the girls 11 to 12 50 metre freestyle. Maddie Markell from Guildford City, Olivia Hagberg from Guildford City, Maisa Durant from Shiverers, Mia Zabrowska from Staines Swimming Club, Elsie Huxtable from Arran Tridents, Charlotte Bolton from Beausset Jour Barracuda, Tyler J. Thomas from Medway Maritime, and Navina Thayanason from City of Southampton. Your reserves for this final are Molly McGinley from Wickham, Elsie Saffer from Royal Tunbridge Wells, Minnie Wilkinson from Wantage White Horses, and Annabelle Van Zyl from Epsom. In the girls' 13-year final, we have Heidi Corbett from Guildford City, Darcy Perez from Chalfont Otters, Ellie Grant from Tigers Jersey, Francesca Johnson from Woking, Emma Foster from Elmbridge Phoenix, Ava Wynne from Rushmore Royals, Sophia Kaludis from Thanet, Savannah Simpson-Jones from Guildford, and your reserves for this final are Valeria Selska from Portsmouth North Sea, Amy Langer from Atlantis Swimming Club, Maya Shah from Wickham, and Hannah Gartshaw from Maidenhead. Your 14-year-old finalists are Bella Jones from Royal Tunbridge Wells, Daisy Sian Palmer from Atlantis, Ruby Barker from Edenbridge Piranhas, Rose Lewin from Wickham, Imogen Welfare from Eastbourne, Freya Berry Basingstoke Bluefins, Lucy Douglas from Guildford City, and Isabel Arrowsmith from Chalfont Otters. Your reserves for this final are Ava Keeper from Whitney and District, Ania Singh from Reading, Esme O'Driscoll from Amersham, and Amelia Narkovic from Maidstone. Coaches and team managers, you have 5 minutes to withdraw your swimmers if needed.
So a bunch of finalists there read out in our 50 metre freestyle for the girls. One thing just to pick up on as a point of interest. Now, as with most of the swimmers, coaches and parents here, I've sat by pools and watched thousands and thousands of heats and finals. I've never ever seen something before though, and it's just happened. In the final of the girls' 13-year-old 50 metre freestyle, there were 3 ties to get into that final. So first and second had unique times. They were tied for third, tied for fifth, and tied for 7th. 3 ties in one final. You might never see that again. In the pool now, back to live swimming. Ashton Platts for Eastern Victor Excel in 3. Thames Swimming Club, Edward Crosby in 4. And Wickham District's Rowan Kearney is in 5. Now, we have 9 heats in this event. Edward Crosby is a 5.26er. He's a 12-year-old. Rowan Kearney, 12 years old. Ashton Platts in the 14-year category. Now, when we get through to heat number 9, we're getting into the mid to low 440s, 430s, that range. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility at all. I've seen it happen at many events, particularly with the longer distance stuff. Youngsters in different races, I'm talking earlier heats, or this is a timed final event, but earlier heats, getting their hands on medalware. So I'm going to try and keep my eye, I'll try and do some maths and find out who might be taking home what, but again, it's just what I see. Our officials at poolside are the ones to listen to. So can Edward Crosby beat a 5:26? He's going to be close to it. I think he is. 5:24 maybe. New fastest time. Look at that. 5. Then comes Rowan Kearney, 5:33. Rowan can go a little bit quicker than that. His entry was 5:29. And then Ashton Platts, he can swim 5:38, so he's another, just miss out. But this is the end of, or getting towards the end of a long weekend. And those times confirmed for you.
Heat 2, referee. Announcement for the boys 50 backstroke final in the age 13 category. Alex Hepburn from Beacon. That's Alex Hepburn from Beacon. You now have a place in that final.
In heat number 2, 7 competitors. Starting from lane 1, Phoenix Clary for Royal Tunbridge Wells. In 2, Spencer Smith for Tigers. Oliver Sampson in 3 for Wickham District. Jack Brooks is in lane 4 for Maidenhead. Hunter Salt in 5 for Atlantis. Zeke Tennant for Eastbourne in 6. And in 7, Elliot Daruti for Crawley. All of them in the 11 and 12-year-old group. Just looking through the heats here, you do often find, particularly in the longer distance things, and I must say, often in the girls, it's not so much in the boys, but the younger age groups really getting through into the later heats. On this occasion, we do have 12-year-olds as far as heat number 6 of 9. And you'll often see, again, in the girls, the youngest girls in the last couple of heats of the longer stuff. 13-year-old in the 9th heat of this one, alongside 7 14-year-olds. Great start from Elliot Daruti, representing Crawley. He is one of 2 11-year-olds in this field, along with Zeke Tennant. Only 3 seconds between the 8 on the entry times, but you and I both know that will not be the case no matter how many times you run these 400-metre races. The entry times can be set any time over pretty much the last 12 months on occasion, depending on where we are in the season. So they are a guide only. Elliot Duruti, still our leader. It does feel like the gap is most definitely closing, though. Right now, it's just over 2 seconds. Yeah, it was up to about 4 seconds. It's down to 2. I mean, it was a brave way to start a 400-metre race. Hunting him down is Oliver Sampson. Sampson representing Wickham District. And then lane 6, Hunter Salt. Launching an assault. Just over 1 second between the top two, 3 seconds back. Zeke Tennant in lane 6, sorry, my mistake. So it's been a great old chase to hunt down Elliot Duruti, but they won't do it. But hats off to Oliver Sampson for giving it a go. 5:11, 5:13. Zeke Tennant also hunting down 5:14. All of those guys are taking close to 10 seconds off their entry times. Brilliant swims for all of them.
Heat 3, referee.
Off we go again. This time you are watching from lane 1, Hazelmere's Rupert Knox. In 2, Guildford City's Charlie Goddard. In 3 for Maidenhead, Harry Burfitt. In 4 for Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson, Jax Marshall. In 5, representing Tigers, Philip Zarkrewski. In 6, Royal Tunbridge Wells, Ho Ching Yao. In 7, Guildford City's William Barmer. And in 8, for Mid-Sussex Marlins, Flynn Shelley. Now, whereas in heat number 2, there was 3 seconds between all 8. In heat number 3, there are 10 seconds on the qualifying times between all 3. We are still 11 and 12-year-olds exclusively. But we do have those 12-year-olds going right through to heat number 6, but they are setting the time to beat. Got a feeling we can get quite close to 5 minutes on this one. If the previous heat they were taking 10 seconds off, right now we're in the mid-teens for the fastest times. So we're getting close to 5. Big ask to go sub 5. There is scheduled a 20-minute break at the end of this event. That's heat 9. So about half an hour away, at a rough guess. And those entry times are being reflected in the pool now. Really big split between the front and the back, but maybe not where we expected. Flynn Shelley for Mid-Sussex Marlins leads the way, and he is, ironically, one of the 8th fastest entry time here. 10 seconds behind your fastest, Jack Marshall, in 4. However, Jax is currently in, well, tied 4th place. And a bit of a distance out to Flynn Shelley. Maybe we will get our sub-5, and maybe it'll come from the most unlikely of places. There has been some brilliant stories this weekend. Now, out and back one more time. And if you can do it in 1 minute and 4 seconds, in fact, 1 minute and 6 seconds he's got to play with. Philip Zakreski alongside Ho Ching Yao, currently vying for 2nd position. On the near side, Rupert Knox having a good finish to his 400. He's going to move into 4th with 50 to swim. And Flynn Shelley is unlikely to break the 5 now. That was a 36-second split. And he had a good day. I don't think he can come back in 27 seconds. But this is going to be a fantastic new fastest time for him. 5:22 coming in. And he's going to knock over 10 seconds off that. Brilliant. 5:11.32. Well done, Flynn. Great time for the Mid-Sussex Marlin swimmer. Zakreski comes in 5:15, just ahead of Ho Ching Yao, 4:16. More of the same, please.
Heat 4 referee.
Heat number 4 in the pool, Jacob Ewins, Noah Spruce for Portsmouth North Sea and Abingdon Vale, respectively. Forgot about the team names there. Pranishkas Balsis for Guildford City, Ethan Wanga for Tigers, Aaron Kane, Wickham District, Harrison Brown for Windsor, Joe Griffiths for Maidenhead, and Rory McDonald for Guildford City. 13-year-olds enter the fray, and in fact just one 12-year-old here, Rory McDonald in lane number 8. Great start for Noah Spruce of Abingdon Vale. And all the forerunners on this near side, maybe they can hear the gallery and the support. Let's make a difference. So Jacob Ewins, Noah Spruce and Praniskas Balsis are your top 3. There is brilliant support throughout the venue for teammates here. Really enjoy listening to it. It is still Noah Spruce at the halfway mark. Aaron Kane and Harrison Brown just edging into that top three. Ewens and Balsis either dropping back or the former pushing on. And they're coming almost alongside each other, those four. Check the times when this comes through. We know Noah Spruce is in the lead. 4 times should flash in now. There we go. Aaron Kane, Balsis, Ewens and Harrison Brown. Aaron Kane now really giving this a go. He's moved into second from 4th. What a difference through 100 metres. It is now just 1.4 seconds back of your leader. So can Noah Spruce hang on, or is he going to get caught here? I can't see anyone else getting into this top 2. Brunishkas Balsis holding on to 3rd place, but in danger from 2 locations. Harrison Brown in 6, and also Jacob Ewens in 1. The difference now less than half a second between Kane and Spruce. In fact, sorry, Aaron Kane takes the lead by almost half a second over your long-time leader. Then Harrison Brown and Balsis. Joe Griffiths. Can Noah Spruce come back and retake the lead? You won't see this very often. Usually once the lead is taken, that's it, done and dusted. But maybe he spotted him. Can he come back, or will he settle for second? He will indeed. 5 minutes, 0.62. Great time for Aaron Kane. Came in with a 5:05.19. Oh, how we would love to go sub-5. Likewise, Noah Spruce, 5:01. Come in with a 5:07.3. Massive chunks of time being taken off.
Heat 6, referee.
Heat number 5. You are watching Fraser Pearman for Wickham District in 1. In 2 for Portsmouth North Sea, Thomas James Radford. In 3 for Maidstone, Romeo Ball. In 4, City of Oxford, Jacob Saliga. In 5 for Black Lion, George Beardsmore. In 6 for Woking, Alexander Song. And then we jump over to lane number 8, where we find Woking again with Takara Hasegawa York. Two of these chaps have gone sub-5 already. Jacob Saliga and George Beardsmore. Fraser Heerman in lane number 1, your leader, he was getting some great support before that race, whilst lane heat 4 was going on. About half a dozen teammates were shouting sub 5 to Fraser. So he's under a bit of pressure to get that. His entry time is 5:03.71, and if he does go sub 5, I'm sure they will take some credit. Thomas Radford pulls up alongside and past Fraser Heerman. Ball, Saliga and Beardsmore using each other in 3, 4 and 5. Bit of in-race pacing going on. They'll be able to just glance and see those two guys to their right now as they move forward. Only halfway through this race, won't be a concern yet. 12 and 13-year-olds represented. Eleven hundredths of a second between him and Radford. And then as is, Ball, Saliga, Beardsmore, Song in that order. In fact, you won't see this too often, but from 1 to 7, they are in order. From near side to far side. And no errors in that chain for the time being. Almost like a wave, forgive, from left to right. Excellent. Look at that on the scoreboard. Lanes 1 to 6 on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, positions 1 to 6. If we just had lane 7 in the pool, we might have had a clean sweep of all 8. Now, just for symmetry, I'd love to it finish that way. It's very unlikely, though. However, just 50 metres. Oh, it's mixed up now. Romeo Ball's gone into second. Never mind. Well done, Romeo. Radford just dropping back a 1 body length now. And in fact, with 25 to go, Romeo Ball has put on the afterburners. And he's going to take this one, a body length lead into the final 15. What a brilliantly timed finish this is for the 12-year-old from Maidstone. That is a professional swim from Romeo Ball, 4:53, wonderful time and really well-judged race. Early leader Fraser Heerman second, and Jacob Saliga came through to take third.
Heat 6, referee.
Should have pointed out there that in lane 1, Fraser Heerman, of course, did get his sub 5 that his teammates were cheering for. got it by over 4 seconds. See what happens when you've got a fan club. In heat 6, from lane 1 on, Portsmouth North Sea's Alistair Rogers, Lancing College's Oscar Earthrowl, Windsor's Finn Mather, Royal Tunbridge Wells Rowan Bissett in 4, then Staines Daniel Lawrence, Woking's Joshua Hutchinson, Maidenhead's Zach Ratnapola, and Royal Tunbridge Wells Alexander Mialkowski. We do have, as mentioned earlier, the last remaining 12-year-old in the competition in this race. That is Daniel Lawrence for Staines in lane number 5. We've just been offered ice creams down here in the commentary booth. I can't believe I've never been offered an ice cream. Hundreds and hundreds of swimming events. I told you we get treated well here. Whether it arrives or not, Daniel Lawrence leads the way for Staines Swimming Club, youngest in the pool. All of these guys, all 8 of them, a good few seconds under 5 minutes. It was so good to see so many in heat number 5. Because other than the 2 guys in the middle, none of them had done that before. I love seeing big barriers being broken like that. Rowan Bissett leading the chase on Daniel Lawrence. Can the youngster keep this up? 1.88 seconds clear. And on lane number 8, Mialkowski for Royal Tunbridge Wells. In 6, Hutchinson for Woking. And in 2, Oscar Earthrow. I've just been handed a cornetto. This break can't come soon enough. Break in 3 heats' time. The big question, will it survive in this heat for the next 15 minutes? I'm going to be drinking this ice cream. Or am I going to be eating it? Dan Lawrence, the lead is down to 1.16 seconds. But importantly, it is still a win by that distance. Brilliant race from the youngest in the pool. Rowan Bissett, second throughout, but leads his age group. And then Mialkowski on the outside lane, 6 seconds back.
Heat 7, referee.
Heat 7. From lane 1, we've got Maidstone's Harrison Wilkins, Black Lions Noah Dodd, Portsmouth North Sea's Jack Stoneman, City of Oxford Finley Morgan, Reading's Finn Hemmant, Portsmouth North Sea's Leon Ginther, Romsey and Totten Henry Barker, and Basingstoke Bluefins Oliver Berry. Romsey and Totten, another one of those clubs with not many representatives, but when they do come in, it's great to see them doing well. So in heat 7 of 9 here. So standout long distance swimmer they've got in Henry Barker. All the entry times in the 440s now, between 4:48 and 4:49 to be precise. So we should be clean sweeps of sub 5 from here on in. We are now exclusively 13 and 14-year-olds. And these times aren't a million miles off the fastest times in heat number 9. Considering, I've said this before, but considering we get some swimmers beating their fastest or their qualifying times at least by double-digit seconds, if these guys can get down into the 4:30s, then it's not completely impossible if those following them in heats 8 and 9 don't match or even just pull alongside their qualifying times. Medals are totally out of the picture, especially when you're swimming like Leon Ginther is right now. He was a 4:48 coming in. He's gone through halfway. It's that 2:15. It's a big ask. If any of these guys get a time that even starts with a 4:30 something, that'll be a big jump down. At least 5 or 6 seconds off what they've done coming in. Lead is growing. Is he getting faster, or are the others getting tired at the end of this pretty mammoth two-day weekend? Henry Barker leading the chase, but not really within striking distance right now. Already more keen to hold off the rest of the pack than go after the leader. So 3:23 with 100 to swim. He's going to be in the 4:30s. Henry Barker then in Southern Noah Dodd in a 3rd place. Well, pretty much tied for 3rd. In fact, with Harrison Wilkins, the Black Line and the Maidstone swimmers. They were both 4:48 coming in. Ginther 3:56. This is going to be a brilliant time, isn't it? This could even be in, this could be in the 4:20s. Just watch that clock. Can he go sub 4:30 here? That would be remarkable. He does. 4:29 and a half for Leon Ginther. He came in with a 4:48. It's nearly 20 seconds off his entry time. That's crazy. 4:41 for Henry Barker in lane number 7. That in itself, 7 seconds quicker than his entry time. Just sensational across the board.
Heat 8, referee.
This is our penultimate heat of the event. 4:28. Sorry, 29. 4:29 and a half for Ginther. There's not many guys that can beat that. Even in heat number 9, which is our fastest 8. There's only one entry time quicker. You are watching from lane 1, Thanit's William West. In 2 for White Oak, Charlie Braid. In 3 for Maxwell, Sebastian Newman-Baronius. In 4 for Woking, Ryan Turner. In 5 for Maidenhead, Joshua Greenow. In 6 for Beausejour Barracuda, Zachary Maiden. In 7, Guildford City's Yap Fung Hung. And in 8 for Thanit, Charlie Cox. There are 3 13-year-olds left in the event. 2 of them are here. Zachary Maiden in 6 and Charlie Braid in 2. Competitive first half. Ryan Turner, Joshua Greenow and Zachary Maiden. All within a second. Then Yap Fung Hung in 4, Charlie Braid in 5th. Is this going to be a heat where we do almost have 2 swims happening, your front 3 on this occasion and your back 5? Can Yap Fung Hung move up and make it 4 and 4? 250s for Turner and Greenow, 251 Maiden, 150 to swim. Charlie Braid pulling up alongside, not physically, but in times-wise, Yap Fung Hung over in 7. They're quite far apart in the pool, but close on time right now. William West in 1, also staying with Charlie Braid. One more time they'll go out. It remains a 3 and a 5, and that will be the way to the end now. Turner, Greenow and Maiden in that order. 3/10 and 3/10, or a 2nd and 3/10 to Maiden. Is Joshua Green out? Going to pass him, or can Ryan Turner hold on? Got 10 metres to do so. He's led from start to finish. Is it going to be snatched away? Mighty me, this is close. Wow, Ryan Turner does get it, but just by 14 hundredths over Green out. Zachary Maiden picked up third, as we knew he would. William West out of Charlie Braid on this near side for fourth and fifth.
Heat 9, referee.
This is our final heat then. From lane one, Amersham's Joshua Kimberley, Ferrum Nomads Quinn Coffey, Amersham's Remy Mowbray in 3, and Portsmouth North Sea's Makar Yakno. Guildford City's Frederick Brown in 5, Reed School Henry Robinson in 6, Guildford City again in Southern with Samuel Way, and Tigers in 8 with Jack Militis. Jack is our final 13-year-old in the competition, in the event competition. And these are our fastest 8 swimmers. All 8 fasted, not separated between the last 3 heats. These are timed finals, remember. Now, Makar Yakno does have an entry time of 4:21.91. Second fastest, Freddie Brown, is a 4:30. But we've already seen a 4:29.5, haven't we? So is that going to mix things up a little bit? Halfway, and who we'd imagine would be in first is second place currently Harry Robinson, then Remy Mowbray, and Freddie Brown, second fastest entrant, in fourth right now. But if you look at your screen or in the pool, I mean, there's nothing to separate those 3. Samuel Whale will be hoping he can join them in a moment. Definitely joined the race in the last 100. 2:40 Yakno. The lead is just about 4 seconds over Robinson, Brown and Mowbray. Robinson now in second, Brown in third, Mowbray in fourth. And now that group of 3, which were, I mean, you could throw a ruler on the pool and you wouldn't separate them. They are now, especially with Remy Mowbray, just slowing down ever so slightly. That is allowing Samuel Way to come and fight for fourth in the pool. Second and third, which is Brown and Robinson. I think they'll do this right to the death, these 2. Neither one giving an inch. And whilst they fight it out, it just means Makar Yakno can continue his swim. 3:46 coming back. 4:21.91 his entry. That doesn't matter, he's going to win here. Of course, everybody wants to go quicker every time they swim though. And with 25 metres, he's could be in the teens here. Keep our eye on the clock. But we'll also keep our eye on this little race for second and third, because this is important. Can he keep in the teens? Makar Yagno, of course he can. 4:17.72, smashes it. Brilliant time, great win. And behind him, both those guys also go quicker than 4:29, so no question marks there. Harry Robinson and Freddie Brain, second and third to Yagno's win. Elsewhere, Sam Way comes in, Remy Mowbray, Joshua Kimbley, Jack Militis, the 13-year-old, and Quinn Coffey to round out this part of our session. We now go to a 20-minute break. I'm going to eat my cornetto. Fiona's got one too. I'm not going to eat hers. For me, it's just going to be just one cornetto. Officials, thank you for your time. You may leave your positions if you wish. You've got 20 minutes to do so. Go and grab a drink or just get some fresh air. Competition resumes with the 400-metre individual medleys coming up for the boys, then the girls. We've also got some finals to come. And we close out the weekend with a 1,500-metre heat. That is the boys. And we've currently got 8 entrants for that one. That was 2 heats, it's down to 1. Yay. So 20 minutes, we'll be back soon. We're going to call it, I think, 5:30 or 5:25, unless I'm told otherwise. 5:25, just in case. Oh, and there's some little muffins behind you as well, officials. Grab one of those on the way past. Keep your... Just a message for swimmers and coaches. On our schedule, the last race of the day will be the 1500. The finals will be before the 1500 meter race at the end. So after the conclusion of the girls 400 IM, we will have those finals, and then we'll have the 1500 meter freestyle.
Have the results from the boys 11 to 12-year-old 400 metre freestyle. In third place, taking bronze medal, Alistair Rogers from Portsmouth North Sea. Second place, Romeo Ball taking the silver medal from Maidstone. And in first place and taking the gold medal with a time of 4:40.90, Daniel Lawrence from Staines Swimming Club. In the 13-year-old category, in third place, Henry Barker from Romsey and Totten, taking the bronze medal. Taking silver, Zachary Maiden, Beau Sejour Barracuda. And taking the gold medal from Tigers jersey, Jack Militis with a time of 4:36.47. The boys 14-year-olds in third place and taking bronze medal, Frederick Brown from Guildford City. Taking the silver medal, Harry Robinson from Reed School Swimming Club. And in first place and taking the gold medal, Makar Yakno from Portsmouth North Sea in a time of 4:17.72. Congratulations.
Okay, let's clear the pool, please. Clear the pool, please. Oh, we got our attention. Brilliant. Right, we're on the home straight. The finish line is in sight. Plenty more to come. 400-metre individual medleys coming up. We'll have our 6 finals are scheduled. And then our last, just a single heat of the 1500 coming up as well.
This is the boys 11 to 14 years, 400-metre individual medley. Heat 1 referee.
And this is just one heat in this race for the boys IM. We'll have 9 in the girls coming up afterwards. Lane 2, Winchester City Penguins, Maxim Smith. In 3, Thanet Swimming Clubs, William West, Guildford City's Charlie Calf, Wickham District's Benjamin McDougall, Woking's Joshua Hutchinson, and just by the skin of his teeth, making it in time, Tigers' Callum Bacon. On the outside lanes, Maxim Smith and Callum Bacon are the two 12-year-olds in this race. Joshua Hutchinson, 13 years of age. West, Calf and McDougall, all 14. Butterfly completed on to the backstroke. Benjamin McDougall is flying, really. The Wickham District swimmer, 5:14 his entry. And IM, of course, it can change hugely as we go through the strokes. But that is a good 15 meters that he's got on Charlie Calf. Charlie Calf were 5:12 entrant, so a couple of seconds quicker than McDougall. And this is exactly what we're talking about. This is going to be a really good example of just mentioning, obviously things can change hugely. McDougall had a 15-meter lead 50 meters ago, and that is going to be closer to 5 after the first half of the breaststroke. Remarkable. 5 seconds now the difference. And even better when we get the, like we had a few weeks ago here in Winchester, the medley relays, or the mixed medley relays. They are brilliant. So 15 meters is going to be reduced to 2 or 3 after the breaststroke. And it's just a freestyle race now. And after that, you think, well, the advantage really is with Charlie Calf, the momentum at least. Although McDougall has started the freestyle well and he pulls it back out to 5 meters. Love the individual medley. Shout for William West, who's been occupying 3rd place for the last couple of 100 meters as well. That looks absolutely nailed on. Work to do for those behind, but again, we do go from 12 through to 14 years in this final, so we were expecting 45 seconds, even up to a minute difference between first and last. Looks like that'll be the case. And Benjamin McDougall, well, what a bizarre race. McDougall led by 15 meters after the backstroke. That was reduced to 2 meters by Charlie Calf after the breaststroke, and now it's back out to, well, beyond 10 at the end. Great swims from both. 5:02 McDougall, 5:12 Charlie Calf. Then comes William West, 5:17. 5 seconds quicker than his entry time, William West. Benjamin McDougall, 12 seconds off his entry time with that 5:02. Joshua Hutchinson, 5:40. He has gone quicker than that in the past. Maxim Smith, his entry time was 6 minutes. He's gone 13 seconds faster. And then Callum Bacon will close things out. Just made it to the starting block. Not going to match his entry time. And a 6:10 for Callum.
Our next event is the girls 11 to 14 years 400 metre individual medley. Heat 1, referee.
This is heat number 1 of 9. In lane 3, Wickham District's Jennifer Bessel. In 4, Haventon Waterlooville, Sophie Stewart. And in 5, her teammate, Emily King. Just mentioning down here in commentary the massive smile on the face of Jennifer Bessel just as she was starting this race. And I think that's what we'll take away from this weekend. Yes, there's been some disappointment in times, and yes, there's been frustration not getting a PB, but mostly it's been so many smiles and support from teammates and you in the gallery. And it's been absolute joy this weekend. Jennifer Bessel just summed that up. Just happy to be here. .606 was Sophie Stewart's entry. Her teammate 6:08 and Bessel 6:09. So there shouldn't really be too much between these three. But you know how it works. Halfway mark, 2:51 Stewart, 2:54 Bessel, 2:57 King. What direction will things go on the breaststroke? Saw an enormous change, not in order but in gaps. And of course in that previous final. It looks like Emily King is going to come back into this. All these girls 12 years old. In fact, the first 3 heats, it is entirely 12-year-olds. And the 13s join us at heat 4, go all the way through to heat number 9. We do have a 12-year-old in heat number 7, in fact. Summer Churita. So the anticipated change has happened to one extent, with the 2 Haven't teammates now leading. Jennifer Bessel just falling back, not by much. Still within distance of a good freestyle swim away from the front. Another lovely example of support. Checks of go, Jenny, go for Bessel in 3. And now we go freestyling. Sub 6 would be really good for any of these 3 girls. They've all done sub 6:10. Well, can Emily King take over her teammate at the business end here? She's been trailing her for the first 375 metres. Just about pulled up alongside, but I think Sophie Stewart saw the danger and then just moved into another gear just to see her off. They're both going to be under 6. Well done, girls. Sophie Stewart, 5:55. Her teammate Emily King, 5:56. And the big smile at Jenny Bessel, 6:07.73, which is also quicker than her entry time. Good results all round.
Heat 2, referee.
Heat number 2 in the pool from lane 1 on. Banbury's Isla Rennie, Maidstone's Elise Butler, Winchester City's Amelia Webb, Chivalrous Mesa Durant, Guildford City's Sophie Keeble, Wickham District's Amelia Heap, and Amersham's Isabella Bater. Less than 2.7 seconds separate them on the entry times. That will not be the case in 400 meters time. All of them in the 12-year age group. But none of them yet with a time under 6 minutes. I could almost guarantee we'll get a few. And the way Maysa Durant has started, it looks nailed on, but maybe she's just an absolutely ridiculously good butterfly swimmer, and now on the backstroke as well. Isabella Bater in Southern, currently in second, but they are pretty bunched up behind your leader. In 5, Sophie Keeble, and in 2, Elise Butler. So that gap coming down, particularly Isabella Bater eating into it. Let's have a look at the times. 3:40. So just shy of 4.5 seconds. And Sophie Keeble, Amelia Webb, Amelia Heap, and Elise Butler. So keep it on really strong here, Maysa Durant. We'll get some sort of idea as they turn for their freestyle. Maysa Durant could go hugely under 5 minutes here. And you know what, Isabella Bater continuing to wipe away that lead. And it's going to come down to, it's going to be under 4 seconds. So 4:32. And 4:35, it's just, well, under 3 seconds now. And then just 2 back to Webb and Keeble. However, a brilliant start to the freestyle from Maysa Durant. And she immediately pushes it back out to about 5 meters. She's effectively closed the door on those behind. So it was less than 3 seconds, and now it's going to be over 5. It's over 7 seconds. Wow. She picked up 4.5 seconds on the first 50 meters of the freestyle. That's pretty special. Just when they thought they were getting back into it. It's a mental blow, isn't it? 3 behind, though. Not separating yet. In fact, just getting closer together. This is going to be sub 5:50 for Durant. Now, Shiverer came in with a 6:03. She's going to leave with a 5:46. That is so impressive. And all these 3 girls going to go sub 5 and 6 as well. They do. 5:57s, all 3 of them. 0.37, 0.48, 0.79. And Isla Rennie will close heat 2 for us. 5:46. Would you believe it?
Heat 3, referee.
So a very short technical delay just as we get those results confirmed. There we go, look at that. Heat 3 from lane 1. You got Aaron Trident's Chloe Cobb, Dorking Swimming Club's Evie Powell, Woking's Abby Whittaker. In 4, Basingstoke Bluefin's Ruby McGregor. In 5, Elmbridge Phoenix Sophia Simonis, City of Oxford Millicent Bryan, Hastings Seagull Miley Saunders in Southern, and in 8, Wickham District's Ella Redfern. We have had a locker key handed in. If you've lost your locker key, come and tell us what locker number it is, and we'll be able to give it you back. We are now in the territory of entry times in that sub 6 minutes. The central 4 girls here, Whittaker, McGregor, Simonis and Bryan, all 4:57s. Well, we've already seen a time in the 5:40, so just who knows what will happen for the rest of this event. For the final time, all these girls are 12 years old. Then for the rest of the races, it will be a mix. Pretty much together, just Chloe Cobb over Saunders. For the final time today or this week, and I'll remind you that the Swim England South East region have, in partnership with the K2 Leisure Centre, Royal Tunbridge Wells and Crawley Swim Clubs, arranged another opportunity for swimmers who have so far missed out on an opportunity to achieve a national qualifying time at long course. With their partners, they're delighted to offer a long course, no frills Reswim Gala. It'll be a 2-session L1 meet on Saturday the 18th of May, starting early afternoon and running into the evening. The long course, no frills Reswim Gala is being organised at no cost to swimmers or spectators. Entry is limited to every swimmer who was accepted and included on the original start list for the age group champs at Crawley last weekend, irrespective of whether they withdrew from the event for any reason. A condition of entry is The swimmers may not swim again any events that they swim or reswim this weekend. That long course, no frills, reswim gala, Saturday the 18th of May. Entries are open. As you were for the top two, just a bigger distance between them. Ruby McGregor over Sophia Simonis, Basingstoke and Elmbridge. Then third, it is in fact Millicent Bryan that's come through in lane 6. 5:49, Ruby McGregor. 5:53, Sophia Simonis. Both of them fastest times. 6 minutes and 31 hundredths for Millicent Bryan. So close to sub-6, picks up third place.
Heat 4, referee.
Heat 4 in the pool for Maidstone. Isabel May. Wickham District teammates in 2 and 3. Molly McGinley and Catherine Mackinnon. Portsmouth North Seas, Ava Stradwick in 4. Guildford City's Cara McCavish in 5. Amersham's Evelyn Moody in 6. City of Milton Keynes, Isla Piper in 7. And Basingstoke Bluefins, Amelia Green is in lane number 8. All but one 13 years old. Just Molly McGinley, 12 years of age. In lane 2. Every swimmer comfortably under 6 minutes. Heat 9, we get right down to the 5:20s. Lovely start for one of our Wickham duo. Molly McGinley in lane number 2. Just a couple of metres to the good of Ava Stradwick, the Portsmouth North Sea. Fastest on paper, 5:49. But it's negligible, the amount of time separating the 8. win in these next few heats can really come from anywhere. Not really until you get to heat 9, there's a sizable difference. We can and could see wins from outer lanes. And McGinley is doing that as things stand. In third, ahead of the pack. It's Catherine Mackinnon, our leader's teammate. Will we see a change on the freestyle? Let's find out. McGinley 4:27. .431s and 4:32s for the chasers. But again, we see this so often. Second time in a couple of heats. They get onto the freestyle and the leader just moves away. It was getting really close. It won't be at the end because Molly McGinley has absolutely shot off. She will not get involved in that fight with her teammate. And Ava Stradwick were trying to get her into. She's away. 5:12 and 5:14 for Mackinnon and Stradwick. Molly McGinley's entry was a 5:53. And there's going to be another occasion here where we take double-digit seconds off these. Almost exactly, just over 10 seconds. 5:42.98 for Molly McGinley and Wickham District. They've had some great swims this week, that team. And it will be a Wickham 1-2 because Catherine Mackinnon and even Isabella May came through in 1. Didn't see that one coming. What a finish for May. Ava Stradwick in 4th. Just 100th of a second between those two.
Heat 5, referee.
Taking part in heat number 5 from lane 1, Sevenoaks Lola Borner, Portsmouth North Seas Eve Palmer, Guildford Cities Alexandra Bowen, Medway Maritime Tyler J. Thomas, Guildford Cities Ayla Coletta in 5, Bracknell and Wokingham Matilda Boyce in 6, Easton Victor Excel Rosie Hollins in 7, and Tigers Orla Goodbody in lane number 8. In heat number 4, we had one 12-year-old and the rest 13-year-olds. Here, we've got 4 12-year-olds, 3 13-year-olds, and our first 14-year-old. A proper mix-up. Nine seconds exactly between the 8 on the entries. So again, win can come from anywhere. And we've got regular 10-second PBs. Now, this one is looking a little bit more textbook, leading from the middle, out towards the sides. Thomas, Bowen, Coletta and Boyce in top 4. And then Palmer in 5th. Goodbody, Horner and Hollands. Well, haven't things closed up at the front? It was leading from the centre out to the sides. Now we got 4 almost tied there. Palmer, Bowen, Thomas and Coletta. In fact, Ayla Coletta is going to potentially lead here into the final 100 freestyle. Her teammates from Guildford, Alexandra Bowen, is one of those 4. Less than 2 seconds between your top 4. Who's got the best freestyle? Well, 4 become 3. And here comes Tyler J. Thomas again. So the breaststroke, not her best of the 4. The other 3, extremely competent. And she'll pick up a 2-second advantage over Eve Palmer and Ayla Coletta. Bowen just 2.5 seconds further off the pace. Well, we've seen some really well-timed swims this weekend. And this is another one where Tyler J. Thomas clearly didn't panic whatsoever when the pack caught her up on the breaststroke. She went on to the freestyle, and then it was goodbye. Time, quickest we'll see so far through 5 heats. It is a 5:34. Very, very good from Tyler J. Thomas. 5 seconds quicker than her entry. 37 for both Ayla Coletta and Evie Palmer. Just Palmer ahead on the hundreds. New PBs for both of them too.
Heat 6, referee.
Butterfly just about completed for our Heat 6 swimmers. You are watching Edenbridge Piranhas, Holly Calvert in 1, Wickham District teammates in 2 and 3, Kalara Cooper and Jemima Grove, Hastings Seagull, Daisy Utley Moore in 4, Crawley Saskia Spencer in 5, White Oaks Isla Turner in 6, Wickham District Summer Martin in 7, and Whitney and District Ella Green in 8. So 3 representatives for Wickham District here. Only 2 seconds this time. In fact, less than that. Let's do this properly. 1.5 seconds on the entries, which is irrelevant really, but it is a fact. Astonishing start from Saskia Spencer in 5. And if she wasn't in the pool, you'd say the same about Isla Turner and Ella Green. Let's see if there's any changes on the breaststroke. No 2 400-metre medleys are the same. And they've really dragged in that lead, haven't they? She will still lead Saskia Spencer, but when she turns, she might get a fright here, because it was huge. It's not anymore, it's 2 seconds, and it was about 6. And at this rate, she'll get caught before the freestyle. Unless, of course, tactics are in play and she just relaxed a bit on the first 50, saving herself for the free. She would have seen her competitors have pulled back time. And now the gap is still closing, but not at the rate it was. So who was holding off, who's run out of energy, and who's got some in reserve. So Isla Turner takes the lead after the breaststroke. But who has the best freestyle? And they're swimming in pairs. Spencer and Turner, then Martin and Green. Oh, this could be a cracking finish. Because here comes Summer Martin in Southern, and she'll bring Ella Green with her. And the 4 will turn, and it will just be a straight 50-metre freestyle race here. 1.5 seconds between the 4. Only half a second between the 3, Spencer, Turner and Martin. I tell you what, Summer Martin could take this one from Lane Southern. She's looking great. What a freestyle from the Wickham and District swimmer. 5:38.97 coming in. They can all get new fastest times here because they all come in with 37s or 38s. Well, what a turnaround. And that is medley swimming for you. 5:32, Summer Martin. What a swim and what a win. Smiles all round, and so there should be. All 4 of those girls, Spencer, Turner, Martin and Green, at new fastest times. Love it.
Heat 7, referee.
into our final 3 heats. In this one, from lane 1, Mid-Sussex Marlins, Claire Zafiri, Wickham District Summer Charita, Sevenoaks Lola Bauer in 3, Tigers Ellie Grant in 4, Woking's Ellie McLeod in 5, Maidstone's Olivia Quiller in 6, White Oaks Paris Fairhurst in 7, and City of Milton Keynes Poppy Morris is in 8. I would say the entry times, but we know it means pretty much nothing. We've had wins from almost every lane in these 400s. Looking around about the same sort of finish time again, the 5:30-ish. But it could be anywhere down to 5:20, the way things have gone. Of course, the quicker you get and the quicker you get in these heats, the likelihood is of getting a massive PB reduces and reduces. Even 10 seconds, 6 seconds in our previous heat, still so impressive. 4 of them doing it as well. Even late in the day on day 2, still noise of support from teammates down on the pool deck. Did mention no 2 medleys are the same, and that's what we got right now. Lane number 6 this time, leads. This is a win from Southern. Been that many wins from lanes 4 and 5, has there? Continues to be Olivia Quiller. And we've said it many times, oh, that's a good lead, and then it disappears. So I'm very hesitant. I mean, it is a good lead, but 5 or 6 meters doesn't mean too much in the medley. So I will bite my tongue, although it's getting bigger. I'm going to confidently say this is looking really good for Olivia Quiller. In 3, that is Lola Bauer of Sevenoaks. And then in 5, Ellie McLeod, representing Woking. There she comes, Olivia Quiller, the Maidstone swimmer, 5:35 coming in. I will tell you now, because she's going to absolutely smash that. It's going to be another time, at least 10 seconds, maybe even more. 5:35 entry time, and she's finishing a 5:17. It's just unbelievable how quick these girls are swimming. Lola Bauer, a 5:23 on the nose, and Ellie McLeod 5:25. All of those minimum 10-second personal best. That's what realm we're swimming in. .517 from Quilla, time confirmed. Wow.
Heat 8, referee.
This is our penultimate heat of the event. From lane 1, you got Wickham District, Sienna West. In 2 for Maidstone, Emilia Narkovic. In 3 for Reading, Anaya Singh. Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson in 4 with Zoe Tollett. Maxwell's Lily Waymond in 5. Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson again with Julia Elvidge in 6. Portsmouth North Sea, Matilda Bassendale in 7, and a City of Southampton, Matilda Biggs in 8. We are now just with the 13 and 14-year-olds. And what a shock, a different setup already in 6 and 8. I don't think we've had a win from lane 8. It might be the only one, lane 8, in these 400 metres today. Matilda Biggs could throw that on its head. There were Julia Elvidge and Matilda Bassendale. That's a bit of a Safe Coast rivalry, isn't it? Southampton and Portsmouth in 8 and 7. Just need Brighton in lane number 6. That would have been good. Halfway. The lead goes the way of Julia Elvidge in 6. Biggs retains 2nd. Bassendale still in 3rd. Little gap to Waymond, then West in 1. And those 5 girls on the near side, one of them needs to kick on and do something, otherwise they're going to be trailing by a little bit too much into the freestyle. Good start to the breaststroke for Elvidge. Pulls out a 3 and a bit second lead over Biggs. And it's very tight between her and Bassendale now. Are the top 3 going to come from the far 3 lanes? I've got a feeling that the central 3, Singh, Tollett and Waymond, might have something still to say about this heat. They're the fastest 3 on paper. Surely one of them is going to fly through on the freestyle. They're almost right up alongside Bassendale and Biggs now. Yeah, only a couple of seconds in this. Julia Elvidge looks away though. She has surely done enough to see off the competition. Just got to bring it home. Fantastic viewing though for the race behind her for second spot in the heat. Here comes Zoe Tollett. Has she just moved from 5th into 2nd over the course of 50 metres maybe? Not quite. But less than half a second away from 2nd. Needs a big push on the last 50. Nobody's going to catch Julia Elvidge. This race is done for her. How quick can she go? We'll just check the time. She came in with a 5:31 for Royal Tunbridge Wells, and she's going to take over half a dozen seconds off that, 8 in fact. And the race for second, it does go, stays with Bassendeau. She came back. Wow, Anaya Singh came through for 3rd in lane 3. Tollett down in 5th because Matilda Biggs came back. What a change over the final 50 metres, apart from your leader and winner.
Heat 9, referee.
This is our final heat in this event. This is the fastest 8 swimmers, as it's a long distancer. Guildford in 1 and 2, Heidi Corbett and Ellen Calf. City of Southampton in 3 with Rose O'Brien. Woking's Darcy Arnold in 4. Leatherhead, Amy Jones in 5. Royal Tunbridge Wells, Monson, Larry Williams in 6. City of Milton Keynes, Ivy Manning in 7. And Maidenhead, Charlotte Burfitt is in 8. Heidi Corbett in lane number 1 before that race, having a good old jig to her headphones. And then got on the blocks, couldn't wait to get going. Had to be told to stand down, we're not going yet, Heidi. The top 2 going to the form book. Then the aforementioned Heidi Corbett in 3rd. Although already on the turn, it looks like Rose O'Brien has picked off that spot. What a break from front to back we've got already in this one. Only halfway. Jones, Arnold, O'Brien, Corbett, and Manning, Calf, Burfitt, and Lowry. These three at the front actually just look to be getting stronger as this goes on. Reducing but not extinguishing the chance of a challenge from behind. Less than 1 second between the three. And a gap of around about 4 back to the field. Ellen Calf leading that group. Rose O'Brien moves into the lead with 125 to swim. Darcy Arnold temporarily, at least, moves down to 3rd place. Now, one very important thing to mention, Rose O'Brien, 13 years of age. So she is not directly competing with Darcy Arnold or Amy Jones. And of course, his age groups. So a couple of winners here, but lovely to see one of the youngest in the pool taking it by the scruff of the neck and beating those her senior. Just keep your eye here on Charlotte Burfitt in lane number 8. She's going to sneak up the outside and possibly move into 2nd with 50 to go. Let's have a look here. Rose O'Brien leads, we know that. Oh, tied for 2nd, Darcy Arnold and Burfitt in 8. Well, they might not be aware of that in the middle. They know they're fighting each other, Arnold and Jones. They won't have seen Charlotte Burfitt on the flank. And she's going to spring a surprise, I think, when they look up at the scoreboard and go, oh, okay. Now the gap is reducing, but Rose O'Brien, the 13-year-old, is going to take this one. Fantastic swim. 5:17.63, great stuff. And Burfitt does take 2nd, 5:20. And that is going to be potentially... Now, where is that going to be on the podium? Because we had some times quicker than 5:20 in the previous heats. Well, it'll all be decided behind the scenes. DQ for Larry Williams, unfortunately, in 6. Burfitt and Arnold ahead of Jones. Now, Larry Williams' time has been reinstated, but it wouldn't affect the top scores or top times anyway. But, nice to see that's been taken back, for the time being at least. Coming up next, our finals. There will be an ever so short delay prior to those kicking off. But we'll have 6 finals. And then our last race of the weekend will be the boys' 1500 metre freestyle.
Start. Take your marks.
All right, we've got 6 finals coming up. They will go by in a flash. First up, it's the 50-meter backstroke for the boys. 11 and 12-year-olds will kick us off. Make some noise for each one. Taking part in our final from lane 1 onwards, representing Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson, Phoenix Clary. In 2 for Atlantis, Hunter Salt. In 3 for Abingdon Vale, Leone Bandini. In 4 for Hamble Aquatics, Patrick Houlihan. In 5 for Sevenoaks, Dane Rawkins. In 6 for Hazelmere, Henry Harkman. In 7 for Haventon Waterlooville, Matthew Saunders. And in 8 for Maxwell, Luca Dolan. This is your 11 and 12-year-old final.
Take your marks.
Patrick Houlihan, 33.05, enabled him to swim in lane number 4 in this final. 0.8 of a second clear of Dane Rawkins, and 36 seconds the full time for all 8 to complete. It is happening down the middle. Houlihan and Rawkins, Hamble Aquatics and Sevenoaks will share the gold and the silver. Bronze to be decided between Bandini and Harkman potentially, but pushing out towards the end, Houlihan 33.24, 600ths clear only in the end of Dane Rawkins, and a bronze for Henry Harkman 34.65. Well, 600ths the difference between gold and silver. So we are waiting confirmation of those times, and they are completed. No change. Houlihan, Rawkins and Harkman confirmed gold, silver, bronze. On to our 13-year-olds taking part from lane 1 on. Lancing College's Oscar Earthrowl. In 2, Beausejour Barracuda, Zachary Maiden. In 3 for Tigers, Jack Militis. In 4 for Beausejour Barracuda, Henry Bolton. In 5 for Sevenoaks, William Larter. In 6 for Winchester City Penguins, Keeson Key. In 7 for Whitney and Districts, Mason Amiri. And in 8 for Beacon, Alex Hepburn. This is your 13-year-old final.
Take your marks.
Henry Bolton, 31.38 earlier on today, leads the way through 25 metres to his left and to his right. Jack Militis and William Larter, all three have had fantastic weekends. This will be their last race of the day and of this championship. It's a 31.16 gold for Bolton, silver for Larter, and Militis bags a bronze. So the heat times match up with the final times. They all double up and they'll all be on the podium. Bolton, 31.16, take 0.2 of a second off his heat time, the Beausejour Barracuda swimmer. And finally, for this event, our 14-year-olds, starting in lane 1, Maidstone's Lanre Tien Dada. In 2 for Portsmouth North Sea, Zeb Stevenson. In 3 for Sevenoaks, Thomas Ellershaw. In 4 for Eastbourne, Patrick Pritchner. In 5 for Guildford City, Ethan Colgate. In 6 for City of Southampton, Damien Frashek-Kreischer. In 7 for City of Oxford, Oliver Robbins. And in 8 for Guildford City, Freddie Brown. This is your 14-year-old final.
Take your marks.
Now this is set up to be a brilliant final due to Pritchner's 29.03, Colgate's 29.26 and Ellershaw's 29.91. The only 3 men to go sub 30 seconds, and all 3 of them nearly a second quicker than the rest of the competition. Could all change in the final, of course, but going the way right now of Patrick Pritchner representing Eastbourne. Can he possibly go quicker than 29.03? It will be a gold medal. It's in the 28.58 for Pritchner. Incredible. Silver for Ethan Colgate, 29.26. Exactly matches his heat time. And Fraser Krysiek, 29.93. Once again, those men go sub 30. As does Ellershaw, but misses out on a medal. Now it's time for girls' finals. This is the 50-metre freestyle, fastest races of the championship for them. First of all, the 11 and 12-year-olds. From lane 1 on, Medway Maritime's Tyler J. Thomas. In 2, Aaron Trident's Elsie Huxtable. In 3, Chivalrous Mesa Durant. In 4 for Guildford City, Maddie Markel. In 5 for Guildford City, Olivia Hagberg. In 6, representing Staines, Mia Zabrowska. In 7, for Beausejour Barracuda, Charlotte Bolton. And in 8, for City of Southampton, Navina Thayenasan. Your 11 and 12-year-old final.
Take your marks.
2 girls in the centre, the teammates from Guildford City, the only to go sub 30. 29.58 for Maddie Markel in our heats. Through 25 metres, any one of them still, she's inches out in front is Markel, and it's a teammate Hackberg that she's leading. Who else is going to get involved in this fight for the podium places when it comes down to the small margins right at the end? Guildford 1 and 2. It will be 29.05 for Markel. She goes even faster, as does Hagberg, 29.57 for silver, and Mesa Durant, 29.67 and a bronze. Honourable mention to Elsie Huxtable going sub 30, just missing out on the podium. On to our 13-year-old final. From lane 1 onwards, Guildford City's Savannah Simpson-Jones. In 2, Rushmore Royals' Ava Wynn. In 3 for Woking, Francesca Johnson. In 4 for Guildford City, Heidi Corbett. In 5 for Chalfont Otters, Darcy Perez. In 6 for Tigers, Ellie Grant. In 7 for Elmbridge Phoenix, Emma Foster. And in 8 for Thanet, Sophia Kaloudis. This is your 13-year-old final.
Take your marks.
Every single swimmer went sub 30, but better than all the rest. Heidi Corbett, sub 29, and by some, 28.4 in fact, for the Guildford City swimmer, and she'll lead through 25 metres. Look at lane number 8, Sophia Kaloudis go, representing Thanet. She was 29.63. She only just squeezed into this final. She could take away a medal, though. It won't be gold. That's Heidi Corbett, 27.78. Kaloudis, silver from the outside lane. 28.82, goes sub 29. And then Darcy Perez, a bronze, 29.16. Well, just sensational. And one more to come. And now our 14-year-olds, last final of the weekend. From lane 1, representing Guildford City, Lucy Douglas. In 2 for Eastbourne, Imogen Welfare. In 3 for Edenbridge Piranhas, Ruby Barker. In 4 for Royal Tunbridge Wells Monson, Bella Jones. In 5 for Atlantis, Daisy Sian Palmer. In 6 for Wickham Districts, Rose Lewin. In 7 for Basingstoke Bluefins, Freya Berry. And in 8 for Chalfont Otters, Isabella Arrowsmith. This is your 14-year-old final.
Take your marks.
Well, almost excitement overload on the gallery. The noise, I must say, is just brilliant. Keep it up for a little bit longer. So many times in the 28. This will be remarkable. There was a tie for first place here. Bella Jones and Daisy Sian Palmer, Tunbridge Wells and Atlantis, they both hit 28.4 in the heats. Surely they can't match again and get a double gold. They're extremely close, but it looks like Palmer into the wall. 27.88. What a time. And a gold, 28.14. Bella Jones, they both go quicker. And Ruby Barker for Edenbridge Piranhas. She shaves another few tenths off her fastest time and gets a bronze, 28.44. And I'll get some breath back after 6 quick finals. Oh my goodness. Wow. But weren't they good? They were more than good. They were all absolutely brilliant. 6 lots of gold, silver and bronze. And I must say, you guys up there making the noise, wonderful. You make such a great atmosphere. You make the difference to the event. I hope you realise that. And when you can watch it back later, you'll see. And now one final race for the weekend. It is the timed final of the boys' 1500 metre freestyle. Last race of the weekend, the boys 11 to 14, 1500 metre freestyle, heat 1 of 1. Lane 8, stand down. Right, I am getting out of breath, so I'm not sure I can talk through the entire 20 minutes of this, but let's go through our starters first of all. From lane 1 on, Reading's Finn Hemmant, Tigers' Jack Militis, Maxwell's Nathaniel Costello, Ferrum Nomads' Quinn Coffey, Wickham District's Benjamin McDougall, Maidenhead's Joshua Greenout, Beausejour Barracuda's Zachary Maiden, and Portsmouth North Sea's Thomas James Radford. The last race for all these guys. I do feel like they've been, like Jack Militis, I feel like he's been in every single race. There are 4 13-year-olds, handily, that are on the 4 outside lanes, and our 4 14-year-olds are in the middle. Same race, different glory up for grabs. 30 lengths off the pool. In terms of times, we are looking at the low 18 minutes up to the very low 90 minutes, in that kind of range. However, as we know, we can kind of throw this out the window. The times, there's been up to 20, 30 seconds taken off the long course times. Can we end with something really special? 3 fastest on paper, other 3 out in front. Very early stages. Approaching the halfway stage, not there quite yet. And still the same 3 up top. They have been joined, though, by Joshua Green out of Maidenhead. So let's call it 4 up front. And not a million miles behind either Jack Militis for Tigers in lane 2. But do recall that our 4 outside lanes are the 13-year-olds, the 4 inside lanes are the 14-year-olds. Those 4 in the middle are in their own race, which means Jack Militis is well ahead of the 13-year-olds he's competing with. And now we are at halfway. No change, front four, no change in your leader. No change in the leader of your 13-year-old race, Militis. There's a long way to go. It really doesn't look, in the 13-year-old race, it really doesn't look like Militis can or will be caught. I will happily be proven wrong in the name of entertainment. But any one of four can still win the 14-year-old race. 750 to swim, or 700 now. And 5-10 meters separating them. That is absolutely nothing. .400 meters to swim. Your leader still in lane 5, Ben McDougall. And Joshua Greenow, representing Maidenhead. Still in third place, Nathaniel Costello representing Maxwell, and Quinn Coffey in lane 4, but there's huge gaps now, really being pulled apart, and it's Benjamin McDougall that is pulling the threads. Got a great challenge here in Joshua Greenough. It's Wickham v Maidenhead. Jack Militis comfortably ahead still in the 13-year-old category. Now, it has been a long weekend for all these guys. Quinn Coffey was the fastest entrant by 20 seconds, but he is not going to compete in the latter stages here unless he does something absolutely remarkable, or the other three guys fall apart. We're going to be approaching the final 400, and McDougall looks in full control. Right towards the end of day 2, and still support from coaches and the remaining family members. Thank you for hanging on with us. I know the athletes are very, very grateful, and we are too. And we are going to start hearing whistles now as they come in to turn for the final time, our leaders. And Benjamin McDougall is just pulling away from Greenough, just enough to say, not today. Quinn Coffey is going to be 4th in this one. And Nathaniel Costello looks absolutely nailed on for 3rd place. Are we going to see a race to the end here? Or is Ben McDougall just going to control the last 75 metres? Can Joshua Greenough put some pressure on? It's only 2 seconds advantage into the final 50 metres. But it's staying that way. So, from gun to tape, Ben McDougall, representing Wickham District, will take the win. 18:03 is finishing time, and 18:05 second place for Greenough. 3rd place finishing time 18:16 for Costello. Quinn Coffey will pick up 4th, and then the winner of the 13-year-old category, Jack Militis. Never in doubt for him. He'll pick up 5th and 1st, also in the 13-year category. And we'll close things out with Tom Radford and Zachary Maiden. And that is racing complete. We'll get those times confirmed for our last race of the day and the weekend. But Ben McDougall, from start to finish, 18:03 takes the win. Just 2 seconds between him and Greenout. Costello picks up third place and Militis first in the 13-year category, 18:41. All done and dusted. Big, big thank you to our officials. It's been 2 long days. Thank you so much. Your work is done. You may now leave your positions. To all the volunteers in white and red, a lot of them you don't see behind the scenes, but they are all working very hard down here to make this event run so smoothly. We go again for the older categories in High Wycombe. I'll be there in a week's time. That's a 3-day weekend. Also going to the bank holiday. Thank you for joining us online and in the venue. We'll see you very soon. But from the younger age groups at the South East Regional Championships, thank you so much. Have a lovely evening. Travel home safely. We'll see you by a poolside very, very soon.